pieces, Kobe White, Andre Drummond, but their starters, the back end of a back-to-back they won yesterday, beating the Indiana Pacers.
So then what transpired in less than 24 hours? I mean, they were armed.
Now, he has removed the controversial tweet that, and Jared Greenberg, let's bring you in here. Really, the big question is, what's the latest for the Brooklyn Nets?
We also, from what I've been told, shouldn't expect to hear from Kyrie over the next few days either. Kyrie and ESPN's Nick Friedel got into. A lot of that seemed to contradict the commotion. Kyrie would also say that he only will get making up that he has powerful influence. But keep this in mind, guys. Kyrie has there's multiple media outlets, including the New York Post, for the Nets to part ways with Kyrie, but Reggie right now.
Well, here's the thing. In years past, just recently stepped in it. Our voices from our leaders in the basketball community disappointing because this league has been built on the shoulders of players being advocates in terms of this.
For Kyrie Irving, ball operations here with the Nets. O'Neal on a breakaway lays it in. What was that discussion?
The owner of the team, Joe Tsai, are in constant communication and consulting with the that Joe Tsai will be heavily involved in making that next decision. And whoever it is will be
the game. And I asked him, is this like a week, 2 week, a month process? And he said very soon because it would.
By the way, the Bulls are here, and they're stepping into this firestorm of news. LaVine and DeMar DeRozan are in there, and this is one of the wild cards this year, but it's a franchise that looks like an arrow pointing north right now is Joe Harris.
As well, if you remember last year in the playoffs versus Milwaukee, heavily and I have the starting five. And you mentioned Patrick Williams. To me, this is a guy who is going to...
Nikola Vucevic averaging 17 and a half a game, a huge piece for the
surgery back on September 28th. At that time, they said it was a 4 to 6 week time.
Helped take this Chicago team to a different level because of his ability. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
And that's what Chicago is
concerned about the health of his left knee.
I don't like
but he's 25 first quarter. Second unit for the Bulls as Dragic is fouled. Donovan tinkering a little bit with his lineup on what to do, what he could possibly either injured that quad, and he's going to miss right now.
Really only one field goal to tip until right there.
Just taking two. Oh, he had a mismatch. Gives it up. Dragic for three. Missed it.
I don't think he knew how wide open he was.
Blocks out from the group goes. Who emerges from that group might be how the Bulls go as they try to change. Williams powers his way in, and that's what
it kind of come to you.
Late clock, Mills stuck with it, and Mills! And met on TNT, got the T-Wolves and the Suns coming up next. Man, was that a great move, the bench. Claxton back on the floor, little size. Now Mills rifles one. Patrick Williams, three-pointer on its way. He can shoot it for their last 8, and Mills again comes up short. Dragic all the way, comes up with Neal to Claxton. Heels as well tonight. He's got a donut. 0 for 2. And denied it for the initial defender. And Caruso running the floor. He sets up corner 3. No good. At 4, here is O'Neal. Gets his own for a second time.
By Chicago, read and react.
That's exactly his granddaughter's name as Royce there. Zach LaVine will pull a 3. And he gets a friendly back. Watanabe in the corner again. The points in his 8 minutes of play. Durant back on the floor. Away. Durant, who had 20 in the first half, opens up to he's 10 for 10 from the free throw line as Williams just bullies his way in. So much news for the Brooklyn Nets as Claxton gets a feed from playing time. He looks good tonight.
Well, and I will also say this. It's very difficult for them to play Ben Simmons at 5, and it takes a young talent like Claxton. They're taking 6 field goal attempts.
Very few trips to the free throw line as
addressing in his pregame comments, both with the media and then when he met with us separately. And that Heat being, they mutually part ways, as they phrased it. But he understands marks that is put together this summer was that they felt like Ben
Kyrie, Harris, and yes, they've been giving up way too many points.
Joe Harris, late clock here, got to get one up. O'Neal for 3. He's got Vucevic up over Durant. It's the lead of the game for the Nets. And all of this with Kyrie Irving with no points. Tough shot with Claxton and Irving. Kyrie for 3. Misses. 0 for 5. 0 for 3 from beyond the arc. LaVine thought about pulling up. Gets it to Durant. 8 minutes. Just 2 points, but had the last 9 for the Bulls. Here's LaVine. Claxton running to the rim. And a nice find, Durant. Friday and Saturday at Washington and at Charlotte.
News a little head scratching because they played last question, and Jared's
really at the DeRozan situation as DeRozan hobbles now, gets it back from Williams, but he's okay.
Anyway. Things moving because, as he admitted openly, this team has a very visible window. This team this year can win a championship. He did say he wouldn't have made the move he made. The players only lost after Steve Nash called it a disaster of a loss.
24, Brooklyn was yesterday, and got walked down. And Indiana had a real chance to squeak that win out.
Marks did not comment on that as Watanabe goes straight.
He still can go, right?
He could if he wanted.
Yeah, Halpern might go. Yeah, playing Jenga over here.
Levine guarded by Claxton. Pulls it back and knocks it down.
Oh, that's close.
That was close.
Did he get away with this? And obviously everyone on the internet with their DVRs rewinded back.
And Levine has been on the attack here, scoring his first points of this bouncy in there. Got to get one up quick. Shot clock at 1. Sumner the teardrop. No lead since late in the first quarter. And Levine from that spot rattles it. Shot clock at 6. Irving gets right by Williams. And his first. Brooklyn back in front. Dragic on Irving. Short. Bulls get back. Irving with the speed dribble. Finds Claxton. And it's good.
And then in transition finds Claxton.
His 6th assist. Claxton has 9. All tied at 84. Under 9.5 to go. Claxton again with a rim run and a foul. Game all tied at 84 with 9:22 left. And Claxton.
10 points. 9.
Levine has got all 7, and Vucevic hit. Claxton, good find. O'Neal for 3. Well done. Career high for Royce O'Neal. He's got 20 now. DeSumo rises high and gets the friendly roll. Two-man game with Kyrie Irving. He'll pull a 3 with Levine right in his face. Contested shot. DeSumo now. Nothing there. Kicks it. Caruso. He's got a 3. And Durant back on the floor. DeSumo taking on Claxton. Wow. To Irving. DeSumo on it. Staying right with him. Irving. Tough shot. Not question. Levine. Working on Claxton again. Another little. So there's little power jabs. Durant. Tough shot. Levine. He'll fire. And he'll hit it. Bulls' biggest lead right now at 8. And